English can be a super difficult language to pronounce. Even as a native speaker, I am so surprised when I see certain words on paper that I'm not used to reading or writing. English is just weird. In this video, I'm going to go over the hardest words for English learners to pronounce, and I'm going to teach you how to say them correctly. Obviously, I'm not going to mention a bunch of useless words like anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Wait, what?
Because these words aren't used often, so no need to learn them. Let's get into the video. Number 1, February. Don't be tricked by the first R. It is not pronounced. So don't say February, say February. Think of it as if it was written without that first R. February. Number 2, squirrel. Think of it more like S-K-A-W-E-R-L. Squirrel. Not squirrel. It's squirrel. Number 3, a really weird looking one. Receipt. In many words, we'll find silent P's, and this is one of them. Also, make sure to put stress on the eat. Receipt. Number 4, kernel. Okay, this one just makes no freaking sense. The L is actually an R, and the second O is not pronounced. Think of it like kernel. C-U-R-N-U-L. Kernel. Number 5, pleasant. E-A in this word just makes the sound eh. Pleasant. Pleasant. And the letter A at the end makes the exact same sound. So think of it like P-L-E-S-E-N-T. Pleasant. Number 6, chaos. Pay attention to the stress on that first syllable. Chaos. Chaos. Think of it like K-A-Y-A-H-S. Chaos. Chaos. Number 7, salmon. Where does the L go? Nobody knows. It disappears. And the O kind of turns into an E-like sound. Salmon. Salmon. Like men. Number 8, rhythm. Oof. Really weird looking word, right? Lots of consonants. Here is how I would phoneticize it or write it so that you can understand how it's pronounced. I would write it R-E-T-H-U-M. Rhythm. Rhythm, 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 rhythm. Super weird, both in spelling and pronunciation, but that's how we say it. Rhythm. Next, let's take a look at some weird vowel patterns. Beautiful. E-A-U just becomes U. However, beautiful, that U sound, can also change in different words with the same vowels. E-A-U can also sound like O, like in the word bureau or in the word plateau. That sound can also come from the letters O-U, like in the word though, or in the word dough. Let's look at the letters A-I, like in the word straight. They make a strong A sound, just like the letter is pronounced. You'll also find the A sound in straight in the words rain, braid, made, and brain. Now let's see what happens when you put E and A together. Many times they will make a long E sound, like beat or meat. I know, I feel so bad for you. Moving on. The word island. Weird, right? Forget that S. This is a weird thing that happens. And for example, my father is from a place called Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Carlisle is spelled like that. And yet, you don't pronounce the S. Just like that, you don't pronounce the S in island. If I were to write it for you, I would write it like this. I-land. Island. The I is pronounced just like the letter is itself. I. Also, you'll find this pronunciation in words like time, high, and price. Number 19, castle. Forget about the T and this will kind of make sense. Castle. The STLE ending appears in other words too, like in the word wrestle and whistle. Number 20, debt. Just remove the B and this makes a lot of sense. 21, now I got a hard one for you. Psychology. Psychology. The P is completely silent. And if I were to write this word for you in a way that would make it easier to pronounce, I would write it like this. Psychology. Psychology. Talking about silent letters, look at the word knife. K-N-I-F-E. This happens quite often, where you'll see the K is silent, like in the words know, knee, knowledge, and knuckle. Yep, the K is just there to stay, but it's something that you do not say. Now, let's look at where we put stress on these following words. That's what I want to focus on in this section. Address. Think of it like this. Address. Address. And of course, the stress is on dress. Address. What's your address? Next, police. Police. Think of it like P-U-H-L-E-E-S-E. Police. Of course, the second syllable is what gets a majority of the stress. Police. Now let's look at a word that if you put stress in the wrong place, it'll become a completely different word. Dessert and desert. A dessert is a sweet that you eat normally after a meal, whereas a desert is a dry place where it almost never rains. Desert, dessert. Desert, dessert. You see the difference? Now, record and record. Record and record. Record is what I'm doing right now. It is saving video or audio by using technology such as a camera or a microphone. Whereas a record is a disc that people put on a record player to listen to music. So you listen to a record while I record with a camera, or you record yourself with your phone. Bonus words. Tomato, which also can be pronounced tomato, but that's really weird and I don't suggest it. But we do have a phrase about that in English. We say tomato, tomato, which means it's the same thing. Next one, really difficult, strengths. The combination of consonants, NGTH, I can imagine is really hard for people to learn to pronounce. Try repeating after me. Strength. 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 Next one, terrible. Rural. Rural. Try and repeat it after me and watch my mouth. Rural. rural. Like a dog is barking. Roar, roar, roar. Rural, rural, rural. I know, it's hard to explain, hard to do, but I'm confident that you will learn to do it if you practice it enough. Next, sixth. Sixth. Try it with me. Sixth. 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 Hey, you're doing pretty good. Last one before I tell you some tips on learning pronunciation. Scissors. Scissors. Think of this word like sister, but take out the T. It will no longer be sister. It'll be scissor. Scissor. I have scissors. So now let me tell you some tips on how to learn the pronunciation of the English language. Number 1, get a language partner and send them videos of you trying to pronounce these words. In the description, I'll link you to the list of words that I used in this video. Find a language partner on HelloTalk or Tandem and send them audio of you reading these words. They'll be able to hear exactly what you're doing right or wrong and correct you before it becomes a habit. And if you are a member on my Buy Me a Coffee, just send me the video and I'll review it and let you know how you're doing myself. Number 2, shadow videos like this one. What is shadowing? It's basically repeating what somebody says. So you could pause the video after I say a word and say it as close as you can to the way that I said it. This is a wonderful method for improving your pronunciation. Number 3, record yourself saying something that you have a native speaker saying on video. That way, after you pronounce it, you can watch both videos back to back and see how you are doing in comparison with the native speaker. And my last tip, sing along with English music, but I don't recommend that you listen to rap and replicate their pronunciation, because rappers in English will manipulate or change how a word sounds so that it rhymes with their lyrics. So I don't recommend rap, but in general, singing along with music will help you out a ton. I hope that you enjoyed this tiny pronunciation video. If you want to become a member and get transcripts, flashcards, and extra resources that I make, go to the link in the description that says buymeacoffee.com and become a member today. It was a pleasure speaking with you again, friend. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.